Hello. This is the 2nd of February. It is actually Friday. Don't they fool you? It's Fortnite! A day late. And yeah, there are occasions where I do the vlog on Friday. Something's happened. You can see I'm being photobombed by Cleo behind me there. Yeah. And this is an opportunity. She'll be live in a minute. Right. Okay. Well, it's been an eventful week. And we'll get to what has happened. First of all, I got Sven. Thank you for the reminder. I was sitting at work today and I get a message over Facebook going, "No vlog," and I knew that I hadn't forgotten. I'll explain why I'm doing Friday in just a second. And I told my what happened. I got home last night and I got on my exercise bike and I was gonna do all the stuff and then do the vlog. And then my daughter, who's a very good friend of mine, messaged me and said that he was well. He was actually taken to Annie. He's okay. He's home, but I've taken some things. And by the time I got home, I got my dinner finally done and had a bit of coffee. I found it was midnight before I went. So it was and the vlog just didn't happen. I was good to it. And I was like, oh, just say it's on Friday when you're a little bit more crisp. And not going, oh. Right. Anyway, so yes, Sven, thank you for that. But I thought that was really, and I told him this too, saying that, where's the ball? I feel like a bad fan club. I have, again, more subscribers on YouTube. Goodness knows why, because I don't really have a lot of my education videos. I have a few. And I'm going to go through those. Some of them are in really big playlists, so I'm trying to get the playlist loaded once I have to go back through and do each individual video, especially my books. But yeah, there. And I'm getting some new content. I will continue reading again. It's been busy. Right. Well, last Thursday, I just I was feeling stressed, very stressed, and just worried about the fact that my contract was going to end at college, and I didn't have a firm placement yet. And I also remember feeling a little bit ill. I didn't say it in the vlog. I just felt a little bit off. I woke up Friday morning. I felt horrible. I think what it was like eating something from the cafeteria. I actually love those tomato mozzarella wraps. And I don't know if that's what did it, but that's what came out. And yeah, in a very nice way. I'm not going to go into it. Felt really horrible. I was going to try to get it, go to work. And I just thought, you know what? Sometimes just a day back is good. You're feeling stressed, you're feeling physically awful, take a mental health and a physical health. So I didn't go into work on Friday. And I was feeling kind of bad. I was thinking, yeah, I really shouldn't be doing this, but like I said, you got to take care of your health. Friday, I got a couple of calls about interviews. I got a call from an agency that I used to work quite a lot with, called JJ Fox. And they called me and said, you should be interested in a school. It's a bit of a dark for you, but it is an all-girls independent school, and they need an RE teacher. And they told me about it, and they gave me the postcode, and I looked at it, and I thought, crikey, what am I going to do there? But he said, look, don't let the distance put you off, because I've put people in there that endured quite, they can say do, and they do make it worth your while. So I thought, well, I was sending my CV. I looked at the website of the school, lovely place. I'm not going to say the name of the school here, but yeah, it was kind of, one of those, horses and the riding program for kids and that. But anyway, he said, well, send it to CD, that can't hurt, and see what he says. And that was in the morning. She says, okay. She called me back about half an hour later and said, they're really impressed with your CD, your resume, we call in the United States. And he says, he would actually like to do a screening interview with you. Are you available? When are you available? And I said, well, I'm actually home, ill day, ill. And she said, well, if you don't mind, if you feel up to it, he said, we love to talk to you and they really want to fill this role. So I said, okay. So the afternoon rolls around. It was in the afternoon. And he, lovely person. We talked for about 30 minutes. I talked about my experience and how comfortable would I feel teaching this subject. I told him, I said, well, when I was head of humanities at Moss, I was mostly a history teacher, but I did do the RA groups until the last year I finished like GCSEs. So he was really happy to hear that. And he said, "How about A level?" And I said, "No, I would have liked to continue to dive into A level. I would love that challenge. But I do have A level experience in other subjects. I've been 3 years A level in teaching history, teaching A level English. I'm an examiner." And he says, "That sounds great." He says, "All right." He didn't say anything to me. He says, "I need to talk to the head of humanities, and then I'm going to talk to the agency." Well, the lady at the agency called me back about probably half an hour after that. She said, "They sound really impressed, and they want you to come in for a formal interview. They want you to teach a lesson, and they will supply all the materials. Don't worry about having to plan anything. They'll give you everything you need, and then you'll have the interview." So she said, "What day can you come in?" They're willing to run your schedule. So I said, "Well, Wednesday's best because Wednesday we work from home. That'll be the least disruption to my current job." And she says, "That sounds great." So anyway, I went, yes, Wednesday to the interview. Oh my God, the teammates help. But I actually found another way. That's another thing. I found another way. I was almost ready to say, "Look, I'll go to the interview and I'll see them. This is going to be an non-starter. I can't do this commute every day." And she says, "Just go and do your best and think about it." She placed people there before. So I went, I taught the lesson, lovely group, beautiful place, so welcoming. I was like, wow, this is what education should be like. I mean, not pretentious because it is an independent school. It is quite well to do, but very inclusive, not any of this, like the cream of the crop and send off to Eton and Oxford and Cambridge. Very inclusive. um, I did my lesson. I actually thought I could have done a little bit better. And I had some other idea on how to make that lesson sharper. But then again, I didn't know the group. Well, don't try to do too much of the group you don't know. Well, anyway, I finished. It was the deputy head I spoke to and the head of humanities. It's a maternity role, but maternity roles tend to go. It'll be the rest of the school year, or next school year. Anyway, said, "Okay," I said, "Thank you to girls," after I finished and everything. And he stood up and, we left. And I had to do a task, examining task. And then I had to go for the panel interview, which was just in the humanities. I think the head was going to come check all the way on something. But he did say, he says, "How did you feel auditioning that?" And I said, "Well, the girls in love with that. I could have done this better, that better. Had I known the group better and had the full hour, I would have done it this way." And he says, "I thought the level of learning was going on. It was fantastic. They listened to you. They were having conversations about what you wanted them to do. And, you got to remember, this is a group you don't know. You got in there, you taught it." I says, "I was really impressed." Okay, good. So I went into the interview and he said, the head of humanities says, "Look, we've seen your resume. We've seen you teach. We'd already had a first interview." And he says, "I don't think I really need to ask you too much more about your teaching experience. A lot of the questions were sort of along well-being lines, which is and safeguarding lines, which is very important." So, and then, we talk a little bit about experience and how that, my experience has helped shape me today. And I love the conversation, actually. And he said, "This is a maternity role, but we are growing. And if you are happy here, you might want to consider coming on permanently." I'm like, "This is moving very quickly." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm like, if I'm happy in a place, I'm happy to stay. I don't mind enduring it. We're a very good school," and I felt a lot better about it. And he also said, "We will see what we can do to help. If there's anyone that lives sort of a little bit closer to you." They also do collecting students. He says we collect students from all over. So I'm sure we could do something to make it a little less tedious. Because he says, I told him the route I took, and he says, "Well, that's crazy. There's going to be an easier way to do it than that." It involved the schools in Leamington Spa. And Leamington Spa, I mean, it's not a million miles away. If to drive it would probably just under an hour, but public transport, there's no direct link to it. The way I took was to Leicester, Jane Leicester to Birmingham, and then Birmingham to where did I go? To Leamington Spa. And you go right through Coventry. strange. I said, no, I know Coventry too. But anyway, he says, don't worry about it. We'll work it out. We'll work something out. And he says, we're also going to look at maybe doing 1 day off in 2 weeks because they had like you have half days. He says, we might try to do that and be the same. And I thought, okay, not to work. Anyway, and yesterday he says we're going to make a decision hopefully today, but by the latest tomorrow. 2 more offers came in on Thursday. I'm not going to say where they were, but I did tell them, I said, look, I do have this offer, this possibility. This is my number one offer, what I really want, and if it does come in, I am going to accept it. So I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like when agencies waste my time, so I try not to waste their time, especially the good ones. And well, anyway, I didn't hear on Wednesday night. Yesterday morning came and I texted the lady at JFX. I said, look, I'm really not trying to be difficult, but I do have 2 other places waiting. I said, I do really kind of need to know today. I don't like to keep them waiting. And they're holding these schools off. And she said, okay. She says, I was just about to go into college by 8 o'clock, and then she was en route. She said, I'll leave as soon as I get in, and then, I'll tell them that. And then, get back to you. Well, anyway, within about an hour, because on Thursday, so I actually have my first class till 10:30, which is nice because I do get into college at 8, and I could go later if I wanted. I like to go and get everything up and just get stuff done. It was just about 9:30. She called and she says, no, they said, please tell her we want her, we're offering her the role. Tell her not to worry. So yeah, I said, okay. And they said, they said they still, they've talked to the deputy head of the cluster management. They had to do other thing, but they said, no, please tell her that she's got the job if she wants it. So yeah, I got the job. They are paying very well, very well, because they're considering the amount of the commute. I did do some research. I did find a better way to get there. It's still going to be a bit of a trek, but it does cut the cost down and it does cut the time down a bit. And the routing is a little bit better, so I can get at least to stick fighting, and I can kickboxing is going to be a little bit of a chore, but I'm going to see what day they offer me to have. I'm going to see it's going to be on a Thursday or something. Anyway, I got a job. I'm very happy. I've got all the checks now through, got my references through, my DBS. They've just got to do that dreaded home office check, and I'm just going. And they told me, they said, "Don't worry about it. You've got what you need. You've done this over and over again." I said, "I hate the home office. You've messed me up so many times." Only to turn around and go, "Oh yeah, it's okay." And they said, "Look, because what's happened is I've applied for settlement. Um, while your application's in process, all of your rights stay. They don't take them away from you. But what they have to do is issue, once you've got everything in, they have to issue a certificate of application with that. That's your evidence." And I issued that. I gone to my solicitor and said, "Can you tell them to rush it? Can you tell them to pull their fingers up? We sent everything in 3 weeks ago. They should have that, at least that certificate by now." But she said what it is you get an application number, tracking number on your application, and the agencies said usually that's what you can use until you get your certificate of application. So they said, don't worry, and you've got time. So if they say no to that, you've got time for your certificate of application to come. I'm like, don't tell me not to worry. I've been down this road with the home office so many times. Anyway, I got a job, and I'm happy. Absolutely. I can't. I was so pleased. It was just like I was pinching myself. Going, something happening, and like, wow. I just want to thank people that have given me references, Sam, and and my current employers and everything. I don't want to say, but Sam was a good friend of mine. We went through 3 years together as heads of the humanities department at Moss, and left. Well, I left rather abruptly, and he gave his notice. I worked for the first month of the school year and was like left rather abruptly, and I was really kind of and but now I don't feel bad, and say it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Some people have said that, oh, it looks like, getting out of there was the best thing. No, 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 it wasn't. It was hard because I did enjoy my kids and I did enjoy working online, but um, this shows that there's other things out there. And yeah, I'm really happy. And I'm not trying to put down anybody or say anything bad about them because I don't want to go dredging things up and starting a fight with them. I want to move on in a way. And hopefully be an example of two people that are struggling in a place that they are not happy. Go your best to find something better. Right. Okay. Anyway, all that philosophical nonsense aside, I gotta stop. And I have to call parents and tell them I'm gonna do that after the vlog. Okay. Working out. That's the part of I didn't like laying or exercise all of the weekend. I didn't Friday, I didn't do Saturday, I didn't do Sunday, I didn't even go to kickboxing on Sunday. I did pull my finger on Tuesday and it was great. Loved it. Couldn't get in on Thursday. I had like thinking Thursday. I'm kidding myself. I'm not gonna get in on Thursdays. I keep thinking, okay, come on, maybe you just get that. No, you know what? Go Sunday. And this Thursday, it was good that I didn't go because Roger not feeling very well. So anyways, just can bike. Just gonna need to do better. So, well, that's not really what we want. And that squiggle down there is routine. I'm nearly through all the prep and that. I think I've got another 80 pages to do. It's really good. I really find it really interesting. The parallel day are amazing. And I ordered that book that was recommended to me by our union steward about Teamsters Rebellion. So I'm going to start that one next. Pretty nice thing on that one. So good. Really enjoying reading on trains and everything. I'm going to help them do that now. It's a new one. Political news. First shipment down. Mr. Trump has to pay, I think, 83 million. I think they're going to appeal it. Everybody's waiting to see about the New York civil fraud case, which is the one, if they get a big judgment, could damage him financially. So, yeah, feeling cognitive. That's what the catchphrase works these days. Feeling cognitive. Are you feeling cognitive? Because he claims he's very cognitive. He's passed all these cognitive tests. You can tell a seal from a jar of cheese whiz. Yeah, what do you do? Anyway, moving on. I guess South Carolina is the next one. Next primary election. Considering it's her state. Right. Okay. Well, even though there are accomplishments, 63 kilometers on the bike. What does that translate into in terms of the sales challenges? Well, let's find out. Okay, well, why is this here? Ignore this here, this horizontal. So we were in so about almost bang on 63 miles kilometers from Wolverhampton is Crewe, lovely home of Crewe or city of birds. Where is that in terms of how far we have come? Here, around the map, given the red line is Lansdowne, roughly the route we take all the way up. And there we are, and there is Crewe. So we're going to the north of England. What about the United States one? Well, I made a mistake and I didn't see it. So I had to kind of guess where we were. I think we were just from Waterville last week. So that takes us down to Lewiston. And hopefully next week we will be almost out of Maine into New Hampshire. So I'm going to find the second. That is a little US geography. I could talk to them because we say, oh, yeah, we like lobsters in Maine. There's one more thing to talk about. This project I've been wanting to get going quite a while. getting builders in, only to them telling me, hey, I'm interested, or hey, we're going to charge you a fortune. We're finally starting. And the old lean-to is gone. The old crappy living room. It is a little bit, we've got the washer dryer in the kitchen. That green door you see there, that's the door to the kitchen. And that I've been in my house in the kitchen, you see the green door, and then it would go into the little toilet, the small toilet, and then that back area with the laundry room. That's that door. It's gone. But you mow over on its side. And they've done a good job. I mean, they've knocked it down and they've stacked, I mean, it's stacked all neatly out there, so you can still use the back garden to a point. I believe they are coming back on Monday to actually start rebuilding. This is a fun day. I've been Ryan saying, "Oh, what do I do pulling that down?" And it's, yeah, but you don't just go swing a sledgehammer. I mean, you're gonna take stuff down properly because there's plumbing and everything out there. Right. I'm just waiting for the crazy lady next door to clean the gutterings down again. It's like, okay, nothing we can do. I'll have it put back up when it's done. It'll be done up, really well this time. But I mean, it was done well before, but there was a average option and a much more expensive option. And I said, well, I'm not going to shop for that. I'm planning on getting this done. I'll try it done so it works. But when it's done, I'll have it done really well. Not for her to say can't standard, but it's just, it's worth doing it right. They're doing it really well if you can afford it. Right, everybody? That is the blog for the week. So I just want to say to Sven, who is flying out to, I think, the Philippines in 2 weeks. Have a great time. I'm jealous. Hopefully this, getting a settlement is settled soon, and we can start doing cool things, getting together to train. My goals this year, I talked about my 2024 martial arts goals. Very simple. Red belt, orange belt, JKD, and then by the end of 2024, I want my phase 4 for KSI. And I also want to do the stick fighting tournaments again. I'm feeling better. I have almost all the range of motion back. And yeah, we're going to get back to the armor really soon. Anyway, that's the vlog. I'm still going to call M&D and tell them about our job. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. We got the allotments. Looking at will be a lot of I was the allotment on Saturday, but there's really little jobs and not much to report. So anyway, have an amazing weekend. January's gone. It is now February. Ciao.